Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Sharif, Mr. Aim for I Am Ali. And once again, thanks for coming on to this video. Now listen, I want to go over something that, although it may be common sense, all too often it's not common practice. I'm talking about how do you handle as a woman when your guy has a setback at work. Let me paint the picture. So your man comes home and he's frustrated and you don't know why. Is it the food that you cooked? Is it the way that you laid it down last night? Like, what could possibly be going on in his head? So you ask him about his day and he's withdrawn. He really doesn't want to talk about it. And then as the course of the day goes along, you kind of figure, you know what? It may be work, because every time he has a certain pattern about his day that he's just frustrated, and I know it's always work induced. What do you do in that situation? Especially when your man's self-esteem has become lower, when he's frustrated like all the time and he feels like a failure. I mean, those may seem like extremes for you as a woman because you know the strength of your man, but in that moment, he doesn't. A man's self-esteem is directly attached to his work. We were developed that way. Even in the Bible, when God created man, it said that he created man and then immediately he put man, or Adam, to work. Adam named the animals, he named the trees, he named all the seeds. Like, he did all this stuff, working in the garden. So a man's self-esteem, his sense of purpose, is directly attached to his work. So what happens when a man is not good in his work? Typically, he's not good in his emotions. He's not good in his mental state. Like, he's not well off. And so what can you do as his lady to encourage him, to help him through that process? Number one, back off. I know you want to be the helper. I know you want to nourish him. I know you want to give him and all of your love, and you want to remind him of how wonderful and how strong he is, but that's not the moment to do it, because a man automatically wants to fix the problem. And when he feels as if he can't fix the problem, he feels like a failure. And as a failure in that moment, although it's not going to continue, you're going to make it worse if you don't back off and you force him to try to talk about it. No, baby, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what your boss did. Let's talk about what your colleague did. Let's talk about how that presentation didn't go good at work. No, don't do that. He wants to just come home, be frustrated, get in the TV, zone out, and maybe he'll be ready to talk about it. And that's the segue to point number two. It's only two things, y'all. First is back off, and then secondly, be supportive. So I know it may be confusing because you're like, hold on. First you said back off, now you're saying be supportive. Which one is it? Well, you can do them both in the same day. It's just strategically do them. First, back off, give him his space. And then secondly, be supportive when he is ready to talk. The worst thing that you can do for your guy is to try to get him to get out of whatever state he's in. Don't go about it like, well, you shouldn't be at that job anyway. You deserve better than this. You shouldn't be getting the amount that you're paid because you do way more for that job than they even pay you. No, like, don't go through that rant. You do that, that's even going to frustrate him even more and make him question himself. And then it's going to make him question you guys' relationship and if you're supporting him or not. So the way that you are supportive is simply remind him of his strength. Remind him of how strong he is. Remind him of how he conquered things in the past. And he will, in his time, conquer it in the present, not on your time. Don't tell him you need to do this tomorrow. You need to talk to your boss and tell him this and no, don't go that route. All right. Let him figure it out on his own, but be his support. All right. You were created from his rib. That means you were close to his heart. That means you have to pull his heartstrings, but you also simultaneously have to be his covering. And you can't shield him from anything if you're directly hurting him with your words. You may not think about it like that. You may think that you're helping him by trying to coach him out of whatever state that he's in, but you're actually hindering him. Back off, be supportive. That's how you help your man when he has a setback at work. Hey, as always, thanks for watching this video. I'm Sharif, Mr. Aim for I Am Ali. Make sure that you like the video, comment, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video next week. Blessings. Yeah, this focus is pretty good. Looks good. All right. I'm gonna get out of here because people starting to look at me like I'm crazy. Hello. She's looking.